When people think about franchising, they often imagine a big corporate headquarters calling the shots: policies, procedures, branding, systems. And while those things matter, that's not what families experience. Here's the truth. Franchise success, especially in home care, isn't built from boardroom. It's built by local leaders who show up every single day for their community. Now, here's why this conversation matters more than ever. There are over 830,000 franchised businesses operating in the United States today, contributing nearly $550 billion to the U.S. economy annually. Franchising is growing, and growing fast, but growth alone doesn't create trust. Leadership does. And in senior care, leadership isn't optional, it's essential.
Doesn't feel like I'm having to sell something because it's truly a need and a gap that I saw in our community.
That's the difference. That mindset changes everything. This isn't about pushing a service. It's about stepping into a need that already exists. Families don't choose care because of statistics. They choose care because of trust. And trust is built locally. Now let's talk about something that separates average operators from strong leaders: talent. The demand for home care isn't slowing down. In fact, employment for home health and personal care aides is projected to grow 22% through the year 2032, much faster than most industries. What does that tell us? There's increasing demand for care and increasing opportunity for those who know how to build strong teams. And this is where local leadership becomes critical. Because in this business, caregivers aren't just staff, they're the frontline.
And the reality is, they're the leader of the pack. They're the ones that help us recognize changes. They're the ones that have that hand-on-hand contact. And they deserve more respect than they're often given.
That statement wasn't about clients, it was about caregivers. And that mindset is a competitive advantage. Local leadership means recognizing caregivers as professionals. It means treating them with dignity, supporting them through hard cases, following up when they have family emergencies, creating flexibility when life happens. When owners do that well, something powerful happens. Call-outs decrease, drama decreases, retention increases, clients receive better care. That doesn't come from a corporate memo. That comes from local leadership setting the tone. And here's where HQ plays a critical role. Headquarters provides the hiring systems, the training structure, the care methodology, the performance frameworks. But the owner brings it to life. The owner decides how caregivers are greeted, how families are onboarded, how accountability is handled, how problems are solved. Leadership shapes culture, culture shapes outcomes, and outcomes shape reputation. Now let's raise the stakes. Because leadership isn't truly tested when things are easy. It's tested when things go wrong. Emergencies don't wait for business hours. Caregivers call out, clients fall. Family members panic. Hospice transitions happen overnight. And in those moments, leadership isn't theoretical, it's practical.
And so I probably hold that a little more closely as I really absorb somebody's emotions or feelings.
That's frontline leadership. It's not detached, it's engaged. Owners step in when needed. They cover shifts, they visit homes, they troubleshoot unexpected issues. But here's where the franchise model becomes powerful. They're not alone. Headquarters provides 24/7 operational guidance, crisis protocols, compliance support, marketing continuity, technology systems for real-time communication. So while the owner is responding locally, they're backed by structure. This balance is critical because burnout is real.
If you don't care about self, then you're going to tear down super fast.
Local leadership isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about leading well and leaning on support systems. Which brings us to something that often surprises prospective franchise owners. You're independent, but you're not isolated. Let's zoom out for a second. Franchising as a model has higher two-year survival rates than many independent startups. Service-based franchises show approximately 74% survival past the two-year mark, outperforming many standalone small businesses. Why? Because systems matter. But here's the truth. Systems don't build relationships. People do.
How I kind of came into it of just like seeing the impact my dad had, it's a motivator for me.
That's generational leadership.
I recognize that I have never met a senior that said, I can't wait to get old and move to an assisted living. You know, they wanted to stay home.
This is mission-driven leadership. When you combine a strong national brand, proven systems, operational support, and marketing guidance with a local leader who genuinely cares, you don't just build revenue, you build trust, you build jobs, you build stability for families in crisis, you build something that outlasts you. Here's what the numbers say. $136 billion home care market, 17.5% of the population over 65, 90% prefer to age at home, 21% projected workforce growth, 830,000 plus franchise businesses nationwide. But numbers don't comfort families. Leaders do. That's what being on the front lines really means. So here's the truth. Franchising isn't about hiding behind a corporate logo. It's about standing in front of your community. It's about leading caregivers with respect, supporting families through uncertainty, responding when things go wrong, and building something meaningful where you live. Headquarters builds the engine. Local leaders drive it. And when both are aligned, that's when real impact happens. If you're exploring franchise ownership and wondering what your role would really look like, it looks like leadership. It looks like responsibility. It looks like purpose. And if that's the kind of work that energizes you, not just financially, but personally, we'd love to talk. Schedule time to learn more about what local leadership looks like in this system and how we can support you every step of the way.